How do you get $10,000 worth of emergency business loans by tomorrow? So if you're in a situation right now and you have an active business and you need to get $10,000 by tomorrow, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, what documents you need, and how to qualify for it. So here's the thing. This does not work if you're a startup. If you currently right now are not generating revenue, there is no way that you could get a $10,000 business loan wired to your account by tomorrow. The only other options you kind of look at is more of a personal loan in that case, or if you own a home, then you can do a home equity loan. But in that case, you might be out of luck. You might be able to look at a credit card. But if you're in a position right now where you need $10,000 by tomorrow for whatever reason, it could be payroll, it could be staffing, it could be equipment, it could be expansion, or maybe some opportunity came up and you just really need the fund. Or bills are due, or you're kind of short and you just really need it. Well, I'm gonna show you exactly how you could get it. So your only option to get that much money in 24 hours truly would be through a cash advance. How cash advance work and why we call it an emergency business loan is because what a cash advance does is that it takes a percentage of what you do annually and gives it back to you as a loan. Now, what to kind of think about, a rule of thumb, it's that it's about 3% to 15%. But to be honest with you, I've seen it closer to like that 7 to 8% range on the high side. So say, for example, we're looking at that 8% number. We're looking at about, on the lower side, $125,000 a year your business needs to be currently doing at least in revenue, upwards to about $333,000 a year. Now, if you're in that range of roughly about $125,000 to $300,000 a year, there's a good chance that you could get about $10,000 wired to your account by tomorrow. And again, the way I did that math was 3% of what you do annually to about 7 to 8% of what you do annually. Now, just because you make that much per year doesn't mean that the $10,000 is guaranteed. There's a couple other factors as well too. So number one, what's your credit score? Now, if you have a low credit score, it actually isn't the end of the world with these kind of loans. I've actually seen credit scores as low as 450 still get qualified for a cash advance. The other factors that actually affect it would be more like NSFs. Are you constantly behind on your bills and late? Are they bouncing back to back to back to back to back? Do you actively right now have a debt in collections? Do you have an open bankruptcy or consumer proposal open right now? Have you recently worked with another broker and shopped around and got declined everywhere? Or another one is that maybe you have a very seasonal business. Now, not all seasonal businesses can't get a cash advance, but typically lenders, and specifically alternative lenders, they do want to see that your business is pretty steady. So steady meaning like $25,000 a month, $27,000, $30,000, $40,000, $27,000, $40,000, like, steady, not $25,000, $10,000, $7,000, $100,000. Like, it's just, you don't want those big swings, unless if you're constantly going up, then that's a different story. So if all those things check out, there's a good chance that you could actually get a emergency business loan wired to you by tomorrow. So you're probably thinking, well, who do I go to for that? Where do I start? Well, you could go on Google and search up fast business loans in your area, and you'll probably find a list of people. Or to make it easier, you could go click on the link in our bio and go to outcome99.com, and you can just sign up right over there. Now, what documents do you need to provide when you're working with an alternative lender? Well, it's actually very simple versus other loans you might see, or you might be scared thinking, man, I haven't done my tax returns, I haven't done this, I haven't done that, I don't know if I have everything. Here's good news. If you have a business bank account and you have about 6 months of bank statements you can send over, that's actually all we really need document-wise. Sometimes other stuff comes up, but the bare minimum, that's what we're gonna need to kind of get started. And then second, just a basic business application, like your first name, last name, business name, when you incorporated, how much revenue you guys do, credit score, all that little simple stuff. If you're able to pile all that over and you work with a good team like Outcome 99, you could actually get an offer within as close as like same day. We've actually seen that if people submit really fast, let's say at the beginning of the day, everything typically works on Eastern hours, that we actually see an offer come back usually around the same day. Now, when you get emergency business funding, is it gonna be more expensive? Well, the short answer, yes, it is gonna be a little bit more expensive. How expensive? Well, we're looking at about 1.25 to all the way up to like a 1.5, 1.4 factor rate. How that works is that it's a fixed payback. So say, for example, if you have $10,000 and you have a factor rate of 1.4, that means you're gonna have to pay back $14,000, so $4,000 in interest. And if you work with a good team, you could actually work out better rates and better terms and better timelines. So in that case, it makes it a little bit more manageable, and also payment discounts, meaning that if you pay it at this timeline, you get a discount of 30% of the payback. Now, you're probably thinking, well, that's more expensive than a bank loan. Yes, a bank loan is gonna be cheaper, but the thing is that a bank loan doesn't work if you need the funds by tomorrow. A bank is typically gonna take anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks in order to get the whole thing done, sometimes even longer. But if you need funds wired to you by tomorrow, the only way to really do that is through a merchant cash advance. And the way to really think about it is like this. If you had $10,000 today for your business, what would you use it for, right? And if you're in a situation where you need it and you know that if you were to use that money and spend it, it'll put you in a better situation in the future, or you know you're gonna make that money back, or the ROI is greater than like you doing it right now, then in that case, it might be for you. When it wouldn't make sense is when you have a little bit more time and you can make this purchase in 6 months from now and it doesn't really matter as much. So if you wanna get started and actually get a merchant cash advance and get emergency fast business funding to you by tomorrow because you really need it, then in that case, I would click the link in our bio or go to outcome99.com, talk to our team, and we'll get you an offer by today.